I would like to begin by thanking my fellow members of the Board of Education for your dedication and commitment to our students that this role requires. Thank you to Dennis Maroney, David Brown, Sarah Parent, Katie Lublin, Greg Grambling, Joanna Walsh, and our two newest Board of Education members, Jonathan Dunn and William Vredenberg. I would also like to recognize and thank Jill McCammon and John Seene, who recently retired from the Board of Education. Jill McCammon served for 9 years on the Board of Education, most recently as chair of the board. Jill helped bring many of our recent capital projects to fruition, having served as co-chair of the Hindley Holmes Royal Building Committee and as chair of the Darien High School Building Committee. John Seene served on the Board of Education for 6 years, most recently as chair of the Finance and Negotiations subcommittees, who helped lead the DEA contract negotiations this year. Thank you both for your many years of dedicated service to the Darien community. I would also like to thank Jeff DeMeo for creating the video montage that is playing during my speech. The video shows highlights of our students' performances and activities in music, theater, the arts, clubs, athletics, and in our schools throughout this past year. You will also see examples of our recent building projects featuring Hindley, Holmes, and Royal Elementary Schools, which the RTM and Board of Finance have so generously funded to benefit our students and schools. I would like to start with some basic facts for this year. There are currently 4,477 children enrolled in K through 12, with another 110 children in our popular preschool ELP program. Our most recent enrollment study from MP Planning Group, which was presented in our November 25th Board of Education meeting, projected out 10 years to 2035. The projections anticipate an increase of approximately 86 students over the next 5 years, or just under 2% growth, and a total increase of 240 students over the next 10 years. As always, the Darien Board of Education carefully monitors the anticipated growth each year in our elementary schools and our total projected student enrollment to ensure that our school facilities have adequate capacity for future growth. I would like to begin by sharing some highlights from this past year that illustrate our district's commitment to enhancing teaching and learning for our students through our ongoing focus on curriculum and instruction, which together are the cornerstone of Darien Public Schools. A primary focus this year is the full implementation of our new K-3 literacy resource, using high-quality science of reading aligned materials and instructional practices. Additionally, we have initiated a new program this year called the Darien Public Schools Orton Gillingham Academy, in which we launched district-wide teacher training in the Orton Gillingham structured literacy approach to support students with dyslexia and other language-based learning differences. We have also approved 3 new Darien High School courses for 2025: Astronomy, American Sign Language 3, and Cybersecurity. In terms of student academic achievement trends, our recent assessment data shows that our schools are delivering an excellent education for our students. For example, for grades 3 through 8, Smarter Balanced ELA and math testing trends show sustained high performance with consistent year-over-year growth. It is important to highlight that our high-needs students also demonstrated notable academic growth, reflecting the impact of targeted supports and intervention structures. Darien High School student outcomes are trending well in terms of SAT and ACT scores, as well as AP testing, and are at the high end of our comparable DIRG schools. For advanced placement exams specifically, this past year, 1,266 AP exams were taken by 528 students, with 95% earning a score of 3 or higher, up from 92% 3 years ago. Additionally, in our World Language program this year, 149 seniors, or 43%, earned the Connecticut Seal of Biliteracy. I would also like to highlight that we are celebrating the 25th year of our science research program at DHS, which had 45 students compete in the Connecticut STEM Fair this year, with 9 of our students earning first through fourth place prizes for their research and projects. In performing arts, Darien was named one of the best communities for music education by the NAMM Foundation for the 5th year in a row for outstanding achievement in providing access to music education for all students. Darien was one of 34 districts in the state to be recognized. As you can see from the video, our performing arts and theater productions continue to provide our community with a variety of excellent student performances. Our athletics programs also have continued to have successful seasons, with many student athletes participating every year. The DHS girls field hockey team, girls lacrosse team, and girls hockey team all won the FCAC championship and the Connecticut State Championship. The boys hockey team and boys tennis team were both Connecticut State champions, and the girls squash team won the Fair West Championship. Our unified sports program also had strong participation, with up to 49 students participating in each of the 3 seasons last year in soccer, basketball, and track. Congratulations to all of our Darien student athletes for their hard work and dedication. I would also like to highlight the Board of Education's achievements and operational priorities that we focused on this year, in addition to our ongoing oversight of our strategic plan goals. One of the most important priorities of the Board of Education this year was to conduct a successful superintendent search after Dr. Adley's retirement in June. The board contracted with school leadership to conduct the search for a new superintendent. School leadership conducted stakeholder focus groups and a community survey, and then created a profile for the new superintendent that was adopted by the Board of Education. The board unanimously appointed Dr. Eric Byrne as permanent superintendent on October 28th. The board is thrilled to have Dr. Byrne's leadership for our schools, having had the opportunity to work with him closely for 4 months while he was serving as interim superintendent. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Byrne, who is here tonight at his first RTM State of the Town meeting. Another important board priority this year was to negotiate the new DEA teacher contract, which was voted on earlier tonight by the RTM. Thank you to the members of the RTM for your support of the DEA contract. The strategic focus of the negotiations, as Liza and Peter also had talked to you about, was on the recruitment and retention of teachers, professional learning, improving attendance, and creating a more fiscally responsible salary schedule that provides the district with more budget predictability from year to year. The board anticipates that this new contract will help achieve our educational priorities of attracting and retaining our teachers in a time of national teacher shortages, as well as provide new professional learning opportunities for our teachers, all of which will ultimately benefit our students. Following up on the communications plan that the board created last year, the board has also continued to prioritize the important work of enhancing engagement and communication between our community, board, and district administration. I would like to highlight several communications improvements that have recently been implemented. The Darien Difference is our new monthly newsletter that Dr. Byrne introduced in September, which features one of our schools each month to showcase how the vision of the graduate is in action in each of our schools every day, and how that contributes to setting Darien apart from other districts in Connecticut. I encourage you to read it. All of this is available on the Darien website on the homepage. And they tell great stories about all of our students and what our teachers are doing in our schools. Dr. Byrne has also introduced his weekly community update, which features detailed highlights each week for our parents, as well as new interactive sessions for our parent community, such as fireside chats and parent university sessions, where parents can submit questions and learn more about our curriculum and programming at our schools. We have also updated the district website, which now features mobile-friendly navigation and viewing, and our district now has a new social media presence to highlight and share important news with our community. The Darien District's Instagram handle is Darien Public Schools _CT. The board is also focused on delivering a fiscally responsible fiscal 27 budget, aligned with and supporting our district strategic priorities. Dr. Byrne presented his initial fiscal forecast in our October 28th board meeting, which provided a preview of the administration's initiatives and priorities for the fiscal year 27 budget, as well as the preliminary capital plan forecast. The Board of Education remains committed to providing the best possible education for our students and shares the community's desire to prioritize student needs and programming. To help achieve that goal, a new budget development process has been designed to shift the administration and Board of Education focus to strategic alignment with our goals and educational programming. The board and administration have met with town officials and community groups to explain the new process and share how we think it will create a streamlined and effective budget development process this year. For financial context, our current average cost per pupil in October 2025 is $26,242, which is below the average of our comparable district reference group. Darien's October 2024 average cost per pupil was $25,494, which was also below the average of our DIRG. The board looks forward to collaborating with town elected officials and the RTM in bringing forward a fiscally responsible fiscal year 27 budget that meets the needs of our students and is financially responsible to our taxpayers. Thank you to the RTM and Board of Finance for continuing to invest in our schools. Your support allows us to provide our students with a high-quality curriculum, instruction, and extracurricular programming that have sustained Darien School's reputation for excellence in education. I would also like to highlight progress on the Hindley Holmes Royal Elementary building projects. Thank you to HHR Chair Christopher Price and the town's HHR Building Committee members for their work and leadership overseeing these significant renovations of 3 of our elementary schools. We are approximately 80 to 85% complete with new addition construction, and the project is anticipated to be on time and under budget, with a target completion date of August 2026. I would like to highlight by school the new rooms that have been constructed to date. At Hindley, we have built a new Global Learning's Common Area and music, instrumental music, and art classrooms. Holmes now has a new main entrance, 4 new classrooms, and new music and instrumental music rooms. At Royal, we have built 8 new classrooms. Each school has also received new bathrooms, small offices, storage, and specialty meeting rooms as part of these additions. The only remaining new additions to be built are the Royal Music Wing and Holmes Library, which are on track to begin in spring and summer 2026. Thank you to the RTM for supporting these capital investments that are bringing much needed additional capacity and improvements for our schools. And I also want to note that after this is completed, we will no longer have portables at our schools. Thank you to the RTM. Finally, I would like to touch on some of the board's future planning for 2026. This spring, we will begin developing 2 important plans, our new strategic plan and our new technology plan. Both will be 5-year plans incorporating the latest opportunities for innovation and the most significant challenges facing the district. We anticipate focusing on topics such as artificial intelligence, science of reading, professional learning, meeting the needs of all learners, and curriculum and course development. Additionally, we are working on developing a plan to address the significant facilities needs at Middlesex Middle School. The Board of Education and Administration are taking a deep dive into a recent study of the Middlesex facility that was presented by KG&D Architects. We will be sharing more information on our plans for Middlesex in 2026 as this process progresses. I would like to conclude by thanking our superintendent, Dr. Byrne, and the administration, teachers, and staff of Darien Schools for all of their work delivering an excellent education to our students. I would also like to thank my fellow board members for the privilege and responsibility of serving as the chair of the Darien Board of Education. The Board of Education and the administration together strive to align our curriculum and educational programs to our district's mission and vision of the graduate, to ensure that our students graduate from Darien schools with not only a strong academic foundation, but also having had the opportunity to build the critical skills and competencies that will better equip them to succeed in an increasingly complex and globalized world as creative thinkers, effective communicators and collaborators, compassionate, empathetic, and resilient individuals, independent and curious, and people with integrity. Students are always our top priority. As we have always done, moving forward, we will continue to make decisions in the best interests of all of our children and their educational needs. It is a privilege to address the RTM in town tonight on behalf of the Board of Education. We appreciate the RTM's ongoing support of our schools and students. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight, and I wish you all a healthy, safe, and happy holiday season. We look forward to future discussions in 2026. Thank you.